Times change, that much is true. The world can feel upside down. Camp will always be there for you. We will always be around. We've got weather, sports, trivia, and shorts. And there's so much more that we've got in store. On Boogie Boogie Tov, Sugar Grove. Boogie Boogie Tov, Sugar Grove. Boogie Boogie Tov, Sugar Grove. Boogie Boogie Tov, Sugar Grove.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Josh Polster.
And I'm Elisa Makovsky, and this
is
Boker
Tov Sugar Grove.
Today is Tuesday, July 7th, the 15th of Tammuz, I believe. And it is
Color War!
Today on the show, we will be giving you all the Color War updates, including the schedule, challenges, activities for the day, everything you'll need. We also have a special guest who has the inside scoop about everything going on behind the scenes for Color War. We're very, very excited to share it all with you. We hope it's an amazing day. Good luck to both teams, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
One, two, three, four.
Yibane Hamikdash, Yirtzion Temale, Visham Nashir Shir Chadash, Uvirnana Nale, Harachaman Hamikdash, Yisbarach V'Yisale, Al kos yain male kivirkas Hashem.
All right, we are back with you here on this fine morning here in Sugar Grove. And wow, what a morning it is. It is Color War. Last night we re-inaugurated Indoor World and broke out Color War in an awesome celebration. Teams Am Segula and Yoshvei Tevel will be competing today in a wide variety of challenges and activities all day long. And pay close attention because everything is changing very fast. Challenges are time sensitive. You got to get them up there. So pay attention to the website, to the Color War page. All the details are included in the Color War packet, which is posted on the Indoor World website on the homepage. But for now, we'll give you some highlights of the day. Elisa, what do we have?
Yeah, so happening all day today is the Olympiada. The Olympiada in our Indoor World version of Color War pretty much means Color War specific challenges that you can upload on your own, with your bunk, with your family, to win points for your team. So check out the Olympiada challenges on the Color War page, and you can upload your challenges right there. There are team-specific drives to upload to, and we will be scoring all day constantly. There are some other challenges in addition to the regular Olympiada challenges. There are Beit Midrash challenges. There are Pluga challenges, which look pretty great. There's some cleaning of a variety of things, toilets, cars, things like that.
Oh my.
There are bunk challenges, which you'll get to do during your bunk time. Very excited about the meme challenge. There are meme Instagrams for both teams, which you can find tagged on Indoor World 2020's Instagram. And we're reposting there so you can find your team, support them, send in memes to your Daled leaders so that you can be posted there. Extra points for Tochnit-related memes. So that's a good thing to think about. And a huge way to earn points is attendance. Every team is going to have their own virtual backgrounds that their Daled leaders are creating or are working on getting to you. And as long as you have your virtual background on and you go to different events on Zoom, you will be counted for your team. That includes things like Chugim. We had Shir Mishnayot this morning. There's going to be a Chidon. There are going to be tons of different things. And if you show up, you're winning points for your team.
That sounds like a great way to earn points. Everybody, make sure to attend. You can also do Torah Nut. Traditionally in Color War, each team takes one meal and sets the Chadarochel in some kind of theme related to their team. You are going to do that this year as well, but with your tables at home. Set your table with team colors, with a creative theme, or a Dvar Torah connected to your team name, and earn points for your team. Send us videos, send us pictures. Decorate your tables for your Torah Nut. Lunch is Team Am Segula, and dinner will be Team Yoshvei Tevel.
And of course, you will be getting points for this, without a doubt, no question.
Obviously, you're
Everything
getting points for that.
Today.
You're getting points for everything today. So do lots of things. Also, you should all have opened the small red or blue cloth bags inside of your Indoor World boxes, because those are your Color War packages!
Yay, Color War packages!
Inside, you'll find face paint to use in today's challenges. As well as a QR code link to a special online challenge going live at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time today that will be worth plenty of points and might just have something to do with your lockbox as well. I don't know. We don't know the secrets. We cannot confirm or deny any details of an active operation. But you should definitely check out that link. It's going to go live at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time today with a really fun, really exciting opportunity both for points and for a little bit of fun, I hope.
Yeah,
so you should check that out.
Just to run through the schedule for today. So right now we're in our morning show. It's almost 10 o'clock Eastern Time, Sugar Grove time. At 11:30 there's going to be a shiur, Tochnit based, which you will get points for attending. At 12 o'clock, there's going to be a chidon, so maybe it'll be helpful to have gone to that shir before you participate in the chidon. There are going to be so many points given out at the chidon. Showing up, participating, all of that, you get points for. From 1 to 4 are the regular chugim, but you get points for showing up to chugim. Josh, is there a chug that you're participating in today?
There is, actually. We once again have chug glassblowing with our professional glassblower, Rich Selfridge. He's going to be making things on camera, taking requests, and going over some basic glassblowing skills. So that's going to be exciting.
That sounds amazing. So make sure you're showing up to chugim with your virtual background so that we can count you for points. At 4:15, there's an Apache race. What? There's an Apache race? Yes, there's an Apache race. Kluge, your famed former Roche Sports, who we have heard on the podcast or the morning show recently, he will be running the Apache race with Yaakov. There are 500 points on the line. There's a sign-up sheet posted by your Dalet leaders on the website. Make sure you fill out that Google form ASAP so that you can be involved in the Apache race. Participating in the Apache race means that you can get your team points. Showing up to the Apache race and not participating means you can get your team points. So make sure to be there at 4:15.
That's a lot of points on the line.
Very exciting. At 6:45, really a highlight of the day, I think, for all of us.
Definitely.
Is the 301 with Esty Fleischman. Is it a comedy breakfast at night? Is it a comedy dinner? Is it a comedy snack? Who knows? All we know is that Esty will be giving the 301. You get points for showing up. She is so fantastic. It's only 5 minutes and 1 second. It's worth your time. It's going to be amazing.
That's definitely a can't-miss event of today's schedule.
Absolutely. I put it at the top of the list. All right, and finally, at 8 o'clock, we've got final presentations. Final presentations? What? Yes, final presentations. Make sure to read the Color War packet for all the details, but some highlights: a girls' glow dance, boys' Rikud, 5-minute movie, team pump-up video, and Melechet Yad challenges, including painting a garbage can. What is happening? I don't know. This place is crazy. Participate. This Morning Show podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Llamas and donkeys and sheep. Oh my. Oh, hello there. I'm Colleen, Roche Teva from last year, here to tell you about a perfect job opportunity. Do you like animals? Do you like nature? Well, just last week, let me just tell you, a few of my animals got loose, and there was nobody really to rally them all back in, you know? So we need people down at the Refet. If you're interested, come give me a call and we'll get you hooked up feeding animals and milking goats and all that jazz. You know, Elijah the donkey might be a huge drama queen, and Sir Henry VIII might like to peck at you if he gets impatient, but really there's nothing to worry about. Nobody's going to spit at you or hassle you down by the Refet. And BTW, make sure to come to my chug, Experimenting Around the House, on Tuesday at 1 for some fun where you can experiment with random stuff in your house.
Thank you, Kalani. Roche Teva, what would we do without you?
Now on to our daily weather and traffic updates. It is once again extremely hot here in Sugar Grove, with a high of 89, a low of 67, sunny and humid all day long.
Oh, the word humid just makes me upset.
It's incredibly unfortunate. With the hope of showers or thunderstorms in the afternoon, which is odd because it never rains at Camp Stone. So I'm not sure what the Weather Channel thinks they're talking about.
They must have gotten it wrong.
But we'll see what happens, I guess.
Must be a different Sugar Grove.
That could be it. There are several across the United States, surprisingly enough. In terms of traffic, there's a lot of traffic because it's Color War and everybody's going crazy.
All right, we've got some news from Sugar Grove. It's Color War! What other news do we need? Oh my gosh, stop asking. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the shout-outs for today from the chat. I see that we've got a couple people who already know what we're about to ask them. Let us know what team you're on in the comments so we can give you a shout-out a little bit later in today's show.
Now, on to our traditional mailbox segment where we ask you questions and then tell you what we think of your answers. Yesterday's poll was Shechem or Aruchat Eseh, right? Both prime breakout opportunities, both prime food consumption opportunities. And you guys did not equivocate. Shechem won in a landslide, 86% victory for Shechem, 14% in favor of Aruchat Eseh.
Who is that 14%?
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I have no idea. It's the 14% who really, chocolate milk and cheese sticks, which I understand. To be fair, chocolate milk and cheese sticks are great, but also like, come on, guys, what do you think you're playing at here? We all know that Shechem is where it's at. There's a whole shack just for Shechem. Aruch HaEser, it kind of happens like on the side of the Misrad. Yeah. It's like, okay. But the Shechem, we built a shack for Shechem. There is an entire building dedicated to this one 25-minute period of the day every day.
So if you thought we didn't have opinions about that, you were wrong. All right, so today's poll, instead of a poll, we're doing it a little bit different because it's Color War. I don't know if you've heard. Very exciting. So on our Instagram today, at Indoor World 2020, there are 2 posts, one for each team. It's very clear. It says the name. It's in the team colors. And the competition is how many likes can you get on your individual post, on your team's post, on the Instagram. I believe it's 1 point for every 5 likes on the post. So share it around. Don't just have to send it to Campstone people. Send it to your parents. Send it to your friends. Send it to your cat. Everybody should be liking these posts so that you can get more points for your team.
Today's morning show podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Sevet lightning rounds. When aren't Sevet lightning rounds? Oh my God, they're every day at 12 p.m. Eastern time, which would mean 9 a.m. Western time. And in Israel, it's 7 p.m. It's the perfect time for all of Sevet around the world. Guys, be there, be square. It's not that I don't love the 4 or 5 people that have come every day, but there are so many of you that I never get to see. This is Jackie, and I can't wait to see you at the next lightning round.
All right, now moving on to our traditional celebrity guest segment. We have today a very relevant guest to Color War, which, by the way... It's
Color War?
It is Color War,
I'm
Lisa.
so excited!
Today is Color War.
Best day ever!
And our guest today may have something to tell you about it, since he is one of the architects behind Color War from several different perspectives. Please welcome on Between Two Bunk Beds, Aryeh Klein. Welcome back to another episode of Between Two Bunk Beds, our favorite interview segment with our favorite camp personalities. We are here with the one, the only, Rosh Mosheva, Rosh Eda Daled, Aryeh Klein. Thank you for joining us, Aryeh.
Hey guys, thanks Josh and Elisa for having me. Pleasure to be here on Boker Tov Sugar Grove.
It is our pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to talk with us. And it is very busy because you currently wear a lot of hats. As the saying goes, both as Rosh Mosheva and as Rosh Eda Daled here in Indoor World.
Yeah, so it's definitely a lot of things. The only shame is that I don't also have Kaitana, which has always been my dream job in camp. But maybe one day.
One day. You can't give up hope yet.
Yes.
It's true. There was a plan for this summer where you and I would be Kaitana Madrichim. All 3 of us, actually. Kaitana Madrichim under Tal Bert Ursler. But alas, that is no longer. And now you're Rosh Mosheva. It's a close second, but you'll have to settle.
Yep. Anyways, what can I tell you guys about?
Well, this summer is very different from any summer we've previously experienced. What's it like being Rosh Moshe in this unprecedented time?
So I guess, I've been Rosh Mosheva the past 2 years, in first session both years, and, this is a completely different experience. A couple months ago, when we realized camp might not be operating as normal, we really began from scratch, and we started focusing on, what people are looking for. So we spoke about people wanting to connect to camp, to connect to their camp friends, about what values and Tochnit that we try to teach in camp. And I guess from that conversation, the idea of Indoor World slowly began to form when we began discussing how are we going to get campers and everyone really, staff, campers, families connected to camp, which they all know and love, and how are we going to continue the Campstone feeling that everybody here is missing out. So I guess the real difference between this year and every other year was that we didn't have anything to rely on. We started really from scratch, and the questions that drove us were how do we get people connected to camp when they need it so desperately, even when we didn't have any of the familiar structures to rely on.
And what have been some of your favorite ways that you've connected campers and staff back to Campstone even in this weird time?
Favorite ways? Well, part of me loves the daily morning show Boker Tov Sugar Grove, obviously.
You just have to say that.
Of course. I've like been shocked and loved both the chut and like the leaderboards in general. Like the content that campers are creating and staff also from all over the country and just sending us in all the time. Those videos are hysterical to watch. I love the commitment people put into them. Every time someone has like a new clever way to do a challenge, like I just laugh hysterically watching them all. And it just like shows me how like interested people are in like becoming part of this, and like coming up with the prizes was so much fun. And we might actually be adding prizes coming up for the individual league, so keep an eye out for that. But I guess like those two things, like seeing everyone like get really engaged in the chut and like seeing people getting super excited about these challenges that we've been posting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You mentioned this in passing, but you said, we kind of started from the ground up and now we're here in Indoor World. Can you tell us a little bit about where that name came from, how we got to Indoor World from nothing?
Yes. So we actually experimented with a lot of different names. There was like a point where we were talking about calling this like Stone at Home or In Our Hearts and Stone. Like we experimented with a whole bunch of different names, and then like we kept on wanting to connect it back to camp. And like we realized like what makes this program unique is that it's indoors. Like a lot of people are doing it from home, etc. But it's also like we're building up an entire world. And once we realized that connected beautifully to a building we have in camp that's used for tons of fun camp things, like all three of us at that point, there's me, Alicia, and Shalhevet all on a Zoom call together. Like we were very excited about the name and immediately began convincing Yaakov and Esti that it was a good name to have.
And clearly that worked out.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned leaderboards. We spoke to your co-Rosh Moshavat, Alicia Kelman, a few days ago. And he insisted strongly that he was not one of the judges for the leaderboard scores, but you are. Is that correct?
So I often look at them, sometimes give my opinion on scores, but not always give a final point value.
I see. Now, in your role as score advisor, what would you recommend to those Chanichim out there who are looking to complete challenges and earn more points as these leaderboards move into our second week here in Indoor World?
Be creative and don't be afraid of taking another take if it wasn't as good as you first wanted it. Be creative though. Like the crazier things you do, think about what you're wearing, where you're taking the video, who else is around, what else you can do. All those things will contribute to getting more points.
All right. An exclusive take from what did you call him? Score advisor?
Score advisor.
It's a good title.
You should add that to your list of titles for the summer. Speaking of your list of titles for the summer, you are also a Rosh Eidah. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's actually been a lot of fun. Like since I was Rosh Eidah the last time 3 years ago. I was Rosh Eidah Gimel and Rosh Eidah Vav in the same year. And I honestly loved being a Rosh Eidah. Like I just had so much fun like connecting to all the campers in the Eidah, to the counselors, and all like the entire Eidah experience. So for me, it's like so fun being more closely involved with campers, specifically with Eidah Dalet. Shout out to Eidah Dalet, of course. Then working on all the camp-wide things. Like, obviously, camp-wide things are tons of fun working on, but, like, getting directly interact with, like, the Eidah Dalet campers, who are obviously some of the best campers in this camp. It's just been so fun working directly with them, especially now with Color War here. Like, they're just so talented overall, and it's been so fun working with them and getting to know them.
All right, well, you brought up our next question. It's Color War, which is very exciting. It was broken out just this afternoon. We're recording, I don't even know what day of the week it is, Monday night. So that's very exciting. Can you tell us a little bit about what's coming up for campers today with Color War?
Coming up for campers today, so there are a lot of different events. There's, of course, a schedule that's on the website and the entire Color War packet. But some highlights to know about, there's going to be final presentations coming up where people are going to be showing like a boys' Rikud dance like they do in camp. A girls' glow dance is going to be coming up. There are meme contests, and actually both teams have already made an Instagram page that you guys could follow. The Indoor World account will be following both of them as well. So keep an eye out for memes. If you're getting dressed up in team colors, which you all should be, you should send in pictures to the team Dalet leaders. And they're going to be putting them together in collages, all part of final presentations. There's going to be a chidon tomorrow at 12 o'clock, preceded by a shir at 11:30 to recap Tochnit with points awarded for attendance. There's going to be an Apache race 4:15. So all those different things. There's going to be a Google form going out about how you could get involved, you telling us what you want to do. So you guys should all fill that out so we know what to reach out to you about. But that's like some of the main events that we have, and of course the Olympiada. So check out the Olympiada page for special Color War themed Olympiada challenges.
Wow, it's going to be a crazy day.
Quite jam-packed.
Going on. It is going to be an incredible coming 24 or 48 hours for you, Aryeh Klein, as much as it has already been an incredible summer building this incredible Indoor World program that we've come to love so very much. And even now you're being called. So we'll let you go. Thank you so much, Aryeh Klein, for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys, and excited to see you all on Color War events today.
Thank you for joining us here on Between Two Bunk Beds. It's been Aryeh Klein.
Thanks, everybody.
Always a good time having Aryeh Klein on the show. Thank you so much, Aryeh, for the time that you gave us. We're really excited about today. Just a reminder, if you're listening live, to comment the Color War team that you're on. You just have a couple minutes left, and we will be giving points for those comments. So let's see what team you're on. All right, moving on to really a favorite guest segment. Not that, I mean, honestly, we have really good guest segments in general. We are so lucky to have these staff members working with us, doing some fantastic work. And we are excited to have a former staff member of ours in the village back today. Zahara will be sharing another dramatic reading of a Dr. Seuss book. This is actually my favorite Dr. Seuss book.
Really?
Yes, I love the Sneetches. I dressed up as a Sneetch before. It is just something I really appreciate. So let's hear it. Zahara.
Now, the star-belly Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain-belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small. You might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneetches would brag, "We're the best kind of Sneetch on the beaches." With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. "We'll have nothing to do with the plain-belly sorts." And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the star-belly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You only could play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly children had none upon theirs. When the star-belly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain-belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then, one day, it seems, while the plain-belly Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. "My friends," he announced, in a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." Then quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. And he said, "You want stars like a star-belly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard." So they clambered inside. Then the big machine roared, and it clonked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burst, and it bopped them about, but the thing really worked. When the plain-belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. "We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties, and now we can go to your Frankfurter parties." "Good grief," groaned the ones who had stars at the first. "We're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now, how in the world will we know?" They all frowned. "If which kind is what, or the other way round?" Then up came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, "Things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who? That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you, again, the best Sneetches on beaches, and all it will cost you is $10 eaches." "Belly stars are no longer in style," said McBean. "What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like Sneetches who have them on theirs." And that handy machine worked very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Then, with snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a shout. "We know who is who, now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without." Then, of course, those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guess, things really got into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day, on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machines they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money, they kept running through, until neither the plane nor the Starbellies knew whether this one was that one or that one was this one, or which one was...
Well, looks like we don't know what happens next. I wish I can paraphrase the end of the story. Sorry about that. They all didn't know which one was which, and which one had started with a star and which one had started without a star, and everyone kind of learned that maybe we can all just love each other for who we are. But not today. Today it's Color War. So let's focus on teams. Let's focus on scores. Let's focus on competitions. Josh, how are the teams doing this morning?
The teams are off to a roaring start. They are both almost at the 1,000-point mark thanks to the Kahoot from last night. Team Yoshvei Tevel is currently in the lead with 970 points.
Wow. Quickly
approaching that 1,000-point mark, with Am Segula close behind with 879. And those scores are going to change drastically throughout the rest of the day. So keep an eye on them. Attend all the events you can and get ready to score some points.
Let's talk about some chat shout-outs. Welcome from Team Am Segula to Akiva and Devora. You just earned your team 10 points. And from Yoshvei Tevel, Avichai, Noah, Aliza, Jacob, Ayelet, Noah, Naomi, and Ami, you earned your team
5 points each.
80 points, I think. I don't know how to count.
That sounds like too many points.
Sounds like
but 5 points each.
40 points, maybe? 40 points sounds more legit. I believe you earned your team 40 points. I can't think this fast on air. Anyway, welcome to you all listening live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. And good luck today with Color War. That's it. For today's episode of Boker Tov Sugar Grove, thank you to Jackie Austin, Yael Engelhardt, and Moses Beebe for our fantastic intro and outro song. We'll be here every morning at 9:45 Eastern Time, streaming live on the website. You can also catch up on our past episodes on the Indoor World website, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you find podcasts because I clicked all the buttons. Thank you for joining us here on Boker Tov Sugar Grove. Now,
Turim to Indoor World, and good luck with Color War.
Times change, that much is true. The world can feel upside down. Camp will always be there for you. We will always be around. We've got weather, sports, trivia, and shorts. And there's so much more that we've got.